On this brisk autumn Monday morning, a mob of chattering children waited for the bus to Thornes School. Among them was 8-year-old Evangeline, a girl wrapped in quiet contemplation, her imagination a dazzling cosmos only she dared navigate. The fortress of focus Evangeline built each morning was her sanctuary, immune to her classmates' giddy vocalizations. The bus arrived, its doors opened with a slow, heavy hydraulic sigh. Evangeline boarded the bus with the grace of a world with lighter gravity and nestled into her seat, opened her sketchbook and reached for the charcoal sticks her grandfather had so lovingly crafted from the wood of the gunpowder tree. "These shadow sticks are exceptional, Evangeline, and the shadows they cast are very powerful," he'd said. Through the old bus speaker system, marred by a scratchy tone, the bus driver announced that a fallen tree had blocked the regular school route overnight, so they'd be taking a diversion and cutting through the countryside. Evangeline, however, didn't mind. She had her shadow sticks and the landscapes that flitted past the windows, begging to be captured on paper. As the bus rumbled along the country roads, its engine emitting a deep, resonant growl, Evangeline's hand danced across the pages of her sketchbook, shadow sticks marking the paper with intriguing patterns. The energy of the charcoal sticks seemed to flow more freely today, as if the change in route had enkindled them with a secret life of their own. Cavendish, the closest Evangeline had to a friend, seated behind her, watched her curiously. From his vantage point he could see otherworldly images formed, forests of fire erupting from the earth, imbued with tonal qualities that seemed almost spirit-like. Unable to resist, Cavendish took out his phone and captured the image. As the week unfolded and the bus retraced its scenic bypass, Evangeline's art grew in intensity. Cavendish would secretly photograph her latest creation and post it daily on social media. The images Cavendish posted began to catch people's attention, shared and reshared, sparking curiosity, then intrigue. Critics took notice, delving deep into the profound nature of these enigmatic sketches. Art bloggers were drawn to the stark tonal contrasts and emotional depth. The buzz even prompted an art teacher in a school in Castlecombe to weave a discussion about this mysterious new talent into their curriculum. Yet, throughout it all, the artist's identity remained shrouded in mystery. Friday came, and as if guided by fate, Mrs. Baldwin, the art teacher, was on the bus. Her car had betrayed her with a dead engine. Mrs. Baldwin, too, had been captivated by the viral charcoal pictures, though of course unaware of their origin. Until, that is, she sat near Evangeline and witnessed another creation. Gasping, Mrs. Baldwin leaned in. "Do you realise what you've done? Your pictures, they're a sensation. What inspires you?" Evangeline grabbed Mrs. Baldwin's hand with a firm, almost urgent grip. It was a seismic shift from her usual behaviour, so out of character that it caught Mrs. Baldwin off guard. Evangeline didn't speak. Instead, she looked towards the window, her gaze so compelling that it felt like an unspoken command. One by one, the other children stopped their chatter, their attention pulled towards the panoramic glass. Even Cavendish paused and looked, phone in hand. A hush fell over its occupants as the bus eased deeper into the diversion. Evangeline's grip on Mrs. Baldwin's hand tightened, a tacit acknowledgement that what they were about to witness was sacred, a glimpse into the undisturbed beauty of a world they seldom paused to appreciate. The terrain shifted, trees parted to reveal expansive fields stretching out in every direction. A collective gasp filled the air. As daybreak's first rays ensnared the evaporating morning dew, the world momentarily surrendered its colours, burning a silent monochrome inferno. It was as though nature herself had lifted a brush dipped in mist and mystery, crafting each evaporating droplet into a smoky pearl that hovered above the ground, each one a fugitive star caught between realms. "The morning dew," Mrs. Baldwin uttered, her voice barely more than a reverent hush, yet laden with the gravitas of witnessing a miracle. At that moment, as the bus drove through a world suddenly stripped of its banality, every passenger was united in a shared experience of something greater. No critiques or layered interpretations were needed, for perhaps for the first time they all saw nature not just as a backdrop to human drama, but as an artist in its own right, one that needed no critic, gallery, or viral fame to affirm its majesty. As the bus continued, Mrs. Baldwin wondered, what if this diversion was not a detour, but part of nature's grand plan? As if acknowledging its role in the mosaic of human and natural creativity, the customary growl of the bus took on a more melodic undertone, as though a homage to the artistry it protected within its aging metal frame. Evangeline continued her artistry, her shadow sticks always beside her. She remained the quiet custodian of beauty, capturing the mist-veiled moments of magic we too often overlook.